In this video, I'd like to talk a little bit about pricing research methods and how to validate your pricing and packaging hypothesis and successfully launch it. Now, when it comes to B2B enterprise products, that tends to be very different from consumer products. How? The capabilities and features in a complex B2B enterprise product are not able to be listed on a survey very easily. Let's say you come up with this complex ad optimizations engine or this complex text analytics engine. How are you really going to explain that in a very one-liner sort of survey? It's very hard to do that, especially for people who are prospects and who don't understand your product yet. Historically, the pricing research methods such as conjoint analysis, they depend on survey based approaches. But the problem is that this doesn't really scale for B2B complex enterprise products. Now, we are pricing consultants. Many times we have a lot of sales cycles with other enterprise B2B SaaS companies. And at least 3 times, companies have come to us and said, hey, we did this research project with that other company. We spent $100,000 to $200,000 with them, and they've given us package or pricing recommendations that make no sense to us. And this is not a surprise to us. Why? The tool set or the research approach was not actually fit to purpose for the type of products that were being described. So we have decided to solve that. And in this video, I'm going to describe to you a lighter weight, lower cost approach that we've come up with that we've had a lot of success with. This includes a series of structured interviews to the buying persona candidates across 15 to 20 mix of clients and prospects. In the next set of slides, I'm going to show you what these research interviews look like. And at the end of the structured process, we will aggregate results from these 15 to 20 interviews and present our findings. So let's say I'm coming out with a new product for which I'm designing new pricing packaging, and I have a hypothesis. I may create an agenda like this, where I say, Mr. or Miss Prospect, I want to understand your broader pain points, assess the fit of our new packaging pricing with your needs, understand your expected range of pricing, and so on. And then I want to validate, did I understand their pain points correctly? I make them distribute $100 across these categories. Then I would have already created a hypothesis for packaging. I will ask clients, make the selection that is the best fit for them. They would make the selection. And then for that selection, I would say, for the selected plan, choose a price above which you would certainly not buy because it is so expensive, or a price below which you would not consider it because you would not even trust the quality of the product. This gives me a rough price range that this customer is willing to pay. And the beauty of this is actually more in how they explain the decision-making process, which tends not to be the case in traditional survey methods because you don't understand the buying process of a multi-stakeholder organization. And then I will do an unblinded test again. I will present hypothetical price points, and then I will get the customer or the prospect to make the decision again and ask them, will their decision change or not change, and why or why not? This tells me, did I assess the right package and customer fit? I may even ask, what features in this package can you not live without? And if we dropped one feature, which one would have no impact to you at all? I will then present results back to my clients. I will say, hey, this is the median deal size. One of your packages tends to be chosen a lot. There is a plan that is not chosen. We may consider refining it further because, after all, it was a hypothesis. We may have had a hypothesis for the pricing metric. I may say we chose dollar per user as your metric. Customers actually will rather just pay you an annual subscription fee. A lot of interesting answers come back once these discussions happen. I will explain who we spoke with, their job personas, the company profiles, what are the product categories these people are more interested in purchasing, the pain points that are more painful than others, the plans they ended up choosing. And in this slide, we can see customers really opted to choose enterprise plans more often rather than other ones. And we'll find out the reason for that as well. And then for those plans, you can figure out the willingness to pay. In some cases, just like in this slide, you will find outlier customers that have a very high willingness to pay. It tends to happen more often than you would believe. And what that signals is that there is a certain sort of need or a certain sort of complexity that drives willingness to pay. And that is very important because that helps you really fully monetize your pricing and packaging. Then in this case, we also asked, all of this is hypothetical, but we also asked, would you prefer to pay with an annual subscription fee or a dollar per user? And they picked annual subscription, which is also very interesting because, and even though there is a fad or a popularity of usage-based pricing, you would be surprised how many enterprise would just rather pay a fixed amount every year and be done with it. And so this was not a surprise to me, but it was a surprise to customers. And then we can say these are the features people can't live without, these are the features people can live without, and this further allows you to refine the pricing packaging that you came up with. So that is our process. Once this process is done, we will come up with a finalized package recommendation, finalized pricing metric recommendation, and price point recommendation that can actually be launched. We can do this fast, and we can do it at a fraction of a cost of other research methods to get you validated results that you can depend on to launch your new pricing and packaging. Thank you.